camera is panning out like that's it. What? What? What is this game? Wait, what is this game, guys? What did I just play for the last, 10 episodes? What was that? What? I'm so confused. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the series. I thought there'd be some sort of pull together. Let's see. We're grabbing the phone here. What is the story of Inside? Let's see. We're on Reddit, a dangerous place. Okay. This is a long Reddit post. Okay, this is a Reddit post I'm reading by a man by the name of Two Best Friends Play. Oh, no, it's r/Two Best Friends Play. The guy who posted it, his name is Aerospace Nut. So, I'm going to go through this and read it. And hopefully we won't be here for an hour. Okay, it doesn't look that long. Okay, let's see. So it says background lore, the worms. Okay, I remember the beginning with the worms and the dead pigs. Okay. It says many decades before the events of the game takes place, there was a pandemic involving parasitic worms. Okay, I was right about that. Okay, I was like, there's something going on. That eventually destroyed most of the human population. These worms would invade through orifices such as the mouth and drive the host body to become violent and uncontrollable. All this can be seen through the beginning of the game, especially during the early scene with the raging pig. Okay, yeah. The pig angrily charges at you once you're noticed by him. Okay, yep, I remember that. After you remove a worm from the pig, it calms down dramatically and becomes docile and controllable. These worms are then seen all over the seemingly abandoned farm, particularly in many pig corpses. However, the farm is not the only area either abandoned or in ruin. All throughout the game, you can see damaged and empty infrastructure. It also could be noted we see many of the NPCs within the game wearing masks that can be used to stop the worms getting in their mouths. Oh, I never noticed the masks. Interesting. Let's see. Once the worms got to humans, these now violent infected hosts spread their parasites to get everyone else. But the people of the world fought back long enough to develop the giant underground research center and facility to help develop technologies to fight these parasites and provide shelter to survivors. Okay. So the center is where most of the game takes place, and once you start to venture into it and leave the farm, the worms are noticeably absent and there's many living humans. The Sonic Death Defense System. That must have been the big sonic boom thing. This incredible force is one of the technologies developed by the research center. It acts as a defense against both the worms and infected humans. It, of course, does this by blowing them apart. Okay. It is more than likely that the surviving humans have a proper route into the middle of the research center, but this defense stops any animalistic threats that find a way through the cracks and past the early defenses from getting to the rest of the facility and starting another outbreak. Okay. The Mind Slaves and Yellow DNA Serum. At some point, the remaining humans within the research center found out that once the worms were removed, the humans basically became walking comatose patients. Interesting. So the people you run into, the zombies, are people who have had worms removed from them. Okay. Possibly after running out of resources and manpower, the humans decided to use recently dewormed humans as a resource instead of leaving them to rot or killing them out of mercy. Interesting. A yellow serum was soon developed that allowed the modifying of human DNA, such as to give the user the ability to breathe underwater. Okay, yeah. Well, we got stabbed by that stuff. The serum was then used to allow for the mind control of the nearby dewormed. The serum would have done this by artificially giving the dewormed a link to a single hive mind. Humans can temporarily connect with themselves to the hive mind with the mind control elements, while anyone injected with the serum would always have this link. The mind-controlling helmets have a unique yellow glow to them that matches the injector in the later part of the game. See, but where do these people get this information? Okay, interesting, okay. which gives Beast Child the ability to breathe underwater. Is that his name, Beast Child? It can be assumed that these two devices use the same technology and are related. It could also be seen that once Beast Child is injected with the serum, he can now control the mind slaves without a helmet. Oh, that was true. Yeah, after the mermaid chick gave it to me. Okay. The Frog Children and Upside Down Water. The process of creating the mind slaves can only take place in an underwater environment. Interesting. Originally, the Frog Children were created by the surviving humans to take care of and monitor the dewormed as they went through the process of becoming mind slaves. Eventually, the Frog Children were phased out over the years to be replaced by the method of suspending the dewormed via machines in upside-down water. In the second half of the game, you may see many of the deworms suspended underwater in the functioning parts of the laboratories. Okay, yeah. However, if in the ruined and abandoned section of the lab you find frog children, the entire time these creatures were not trying to drown you, but instead trying to bring you to a serum injector. See, so they weren't trying to kill you. Interesting. That's what I said originally, I think, in my playthrough. Unfortunately, if you died at the hands of frog children early in the game, it was implied to be because they didn't understand you would drown and tried to move you to the nearest injector. This lack of proper intelligence could have led to their decommissioning. However, it should be said that I haven't found a good reason why the frog children look the way they do and why the water needs to be upside down. Blah, blah. Okay, the blob. So at the end here, what we're looking at on screen. I still can't move. This is the end of the game. Okay, when experimenting with the DNA-altering serum and trying to find ways of controlling dewormed, the surviving humans eventually created the blob. This mess of human flesh gained sentience, and it's main reason why people were able to control mind slaves. Thought the hive mind fails, and the serum no longer works, so they keep it alive in a vat so it cannot move, but it is also constantly awake. Okay, so the ending. To understand the normal ending, you first have to look into the secret ending. Interesting, there's a secret ending. If the player successfully turns off all the orbs hidden throughout the game... Okay, I remember the orbs. I don't think I got all of them, obviously. Finds a secret hatch in the early game cornfield and enters a secret code, you eventually get to a final machine to turn off. It has been suggested that all of these machines so far have been extending the mind control range of the blob, and in turn extending the range in which the humans can control mind slaves away from it. If you turn off this final range extender, the power goes off and the boy slips over. Interesting, much like the mind slaves do, when they are no longer in control from someone with a helmet. This first implies that the hive mind has now been disconnected and turned off in this ending. However, the bigger revelation is that the boy was controlled by the blob the entire time, so that you as the player have not been playing as Beast Child, but as the blob during the game. Huh, interesting. Okay, so that's why the boy is trying to get to the blob. Why, though? Why the boy? What significance does he have? Okay. If you're still here, thanks for hanging out. We are still going to read. I'll just probably cut this up into 2 episodes here. Okay, continuing on with the Reddit post. The humans realized how powerful the blob is and believed at one point or another that it will try to escape and get outside. They have built a few safeguards and traps just in case it does. If all this fails, though, they've built a final containment area that eventually leads to a small alcove designed to look outside for the blob. Near the end of the game, people start to notice the blob is acting stranger than normal and go to see its contaminant area as they all prepare for the expected eventual escape. The final area being fake is evident by the scale model of the exact outside area that you crash into in the end. Oh. This isn't real? This area is not real. There's even a small spotlight that mimics the exact position of the sun on the final level. I find it interesting that throughout the game your character has been heading deeper and deeper underground inside the facility, and while at first it might seem like the blob got out, in the end it only went deeper inside. Oh. Basically, during the events of the game, you play as a boy directly controlled by the blob as it tries to break into the facility so it can break out of its containment cell and finally rest. Huh. So, like... So that's the game? That's it. So it's not actually outside. It's like fake outside. Okay, let's hit the back button. What? what is the point of this game? And what am I supposed to feel as a player? You know, a lot of these indie games, a lot of the times have like a message, and I just am confused. Well, if you're still here, thanks for sticking around. You rock. You're awesome. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, kind of a cool game. I liked the puzzles. I liked the eerie atmosphere. I liked the weirdness. Don't really get the story. I don't know. Some other people, it sounds like there's the Limbo game. I haven't played the Limbo game. Maybe we'll do that next. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Kind of a weird one. But I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, see ya. Bye.